am making a jalapeno popper dip. Now I've got my cream cheese here. Okay, we can put a man on the moon and we can cure cancer. Can we not make a cream cheese thing that's easy to open? Okay. Now, there is my cream cheese and my sour cream and my garlic and my jalapenos. Now, what I'm gonna try, this may or may not work. You gotta love it, Tara. You gotta love Tara, you gotta love Tara. Actually, let me drain those. I'm gonna drain these so that they don't get moisture all over. I think what I'm gonna do is try and not chop these and chop them with the mixer in my stuff. Do you think it'll work? I don't know, I think it might work. Okay, there. So it's not so liquidy. So I guess I didn't need my cutting board. All right, I'm gonna dump those in. And let me get this mixed up first and then I'll add my cheese. This video is brought to you by our Dining on a Dime cookbook. We have quick and easy recipes your family will love to help you get in and out of the kitchen fast. Please visit us at livingonadime.com. It's 25% off now. All right, then I have some of my cheese and a little more cheese and a little more cheese. Okay. All right, I'm going to put this in my dish here. Now, a lot of these recipes will have a breadcrumb topping, which you can do if you want. I usually don't go to that much work, to be honest. Okay. So, what I'm gonna do is take and sprinkle oops, my cheese is still frozen. Sprinkle some cheese on top. We had a power outage and so everything defrosted in my freezer. Okay, so now I've got that. Then I think I'm gonna take a few Jalapenos, as we call them, on top for decoration. There we go. All right, now we are going to put this in the oven and bake it, but my party's not for another 6 hours, so I'm going to wait and put it in the oven right before the party. All right, my jalapeno popper dip is done. Does that not look delicious? Ooh. Yum. I am making cheese dip for a birthday. Now I'll put the exact recipe down. I just have this memorized in my Dining on a Dime cookbook, volume 1. It is the white sauce and it's the cheese sauce is what it is. Okay, so I have my milk and I'm putting just a titch, well, not a titch, tablespoon of cornstarch in here, and I am mixing it together. You can get the recipe at the QR code or in the link in the description below. Okay, so the way to make non-lumpy cheese sauce, or any sauce, is to mix your cornstarch in with your milk first. And then you can use Rotel. I've got some paste here that I am using up. And I'm putting a little bit of milk in and going to shake it up. Use the rest in there. This cheese dip is based off of my cheese sauce recipe in my Dining on a Dime cookbook, volume 1, on page 176. All right, and then we're going to bring this to a boil on medium heat. I would let it I would just keep stirring until it comes to boil. All right, then I'm gonna shred my cheese. Now, you wanna use block cheese because the shredded cheese has, you know, additives to keep it from clumping. But if you're in a bind, you can use pre-shredded cheese. It's not gonna, I mean, it might be a little grainy, but honestly, I've made it before and I didn't think it was any big deal at all. Okay, so you're gonna grind or shred all of your cheese. Okay, and I've got a few green chilies from another recipe left in here. Just gonna use those up. And I'm going to add my seasoned salt, which has got onion powder and garlic in it. Here's how you make my seasoned salt recipe. My seasoned salt, now I just keep my seasoned salt in a jar on the stove top because I use it so much. The exact recipe is in the description below, but what I do is just pour about half salt in, and then I pour in my onion powder, about 1/8 onion powder, and then because I have my garlic powder in a big thing here, I'm going to use my funnel, but about 1/8 garlic powder, and my pepper, and my paprika. And what I do is I just pour it all in there. Then what I do is I hold the top and I just mix it around just like that. Then you have homemade seasoned salt for just pennies. Recipes in our Dining on a Dime cookbook, volume 1, on page 393. Okay, we're gonna bring this to a boil. Cheese sauce is coming, cheese dip is coming to a boil. And I can feel, can you see it thickening up? I can feel and see it thickening up. Okay, so now I'm gonna turn the heat off so it doesn't burn. Okay, and then I'm going to add my cheese. Oops. Oops. Oh, fire, fire. Okay. Going to add my cheese. Get that all melted. Oh my goodness. All right, that looks gorgeous. Okay, all right. Finish it all melted here. I'm going to test to see if it needs more salt. It does. You can use regular salt or seasoned salt. This is my seasoned salt. Okay. Going to give it a taste here. Oh, I forgot my secret ingredient. I knew something tasted off. My secret ingredient. Bacon grease, guys. Always add some bacon grease. Oh my goodness, that makes it so delicious. I was like, something off here. I can't remember what it was. All right, get that all mixed in. Let's see. This is darn tootin' delicious. Oh my goodness, this is so good. It is not even funny. Yum. All right, this is my family's absolute favorite, if we only had one food to eat on Christmas, this is what my family would pick. And it is 2-ingredient cheese dip. We eat it for Christmas, but you can use it for football games or New Year's, which is what I'm using it for today. So, got our cream cheese and our Old English spread. Okay, Old English. You can just find this by the Belvita, that section of the grocery store. And then you save and reuse the little juice glasses. This is actually the proper serving of juice right here. If you were to serve. There's recipes in my Dining on a Dime Cookbook Volume 1 on page 215. Okay, so here's a little story while I'm getting all this out. These glasses, we were going to Thanksgiving, I think, or Christmas, I can't remember, probably Thanksgiving, to my grandparents' house from we lived in Kansas, so we were going to Colorado. And our car broke down on the side of the highway, not maybe an hour or so from my grandparents' house. So my brother and I were in our pajamas. We were hiking up to, we saw a restaurant. There was an exit, thankfully. We landed where it exits. So my brother and I were in our pajamas and we were hiking up to the exit. And we were super hungry and super tired. And we go into this restaurant and they had juice glasses this size. And my mom didn't have hardly any money, but I think for some reason I remember it being $0.25 for a glass of juice. And we thought, okay, well, that'll be something to get us through. Well, Mom had no money at all. And they brought us orange juice in this size of a cup for $0.25. And I remember I was so thankful because I was so hungry just to have something. But that was all the juice we got and it barely did anything. So, and we were hungry only because we'd had car trouble and we were supposed to be getting to my grandparents, I think. And we just didn't know it was going to take that long because we had to wait. And Mom didn't want to truck us all the way back to the car. But I just remember being so disappointed that that was all the orange juice we were able to get. Okay. So there is all of the Old English. And now time for our okay, my cream cheese is still pretty hard, so I'm going to microwave this for about 20 seconds. Yeah, you can make this into a cheese ball if you want, but my family likes to just eat it just like this. Oops, there's a blob that didn't get mixed. Mix it in as I'm putting it in the bowl. And I'm going to have a hard time keeping my family out of this until the party. So maybe I can hide it somewhere. Who am I kidding? My family would find it. Okay, there is luscious cheese dip. Okay, I'm just inventing a dip here that sounds good. I'm sure there's a recipe for it somewhere, and I will put the recipe when I get it figured out. But I'm making a green chili dip. Okay, so I've got my cream cheese here, which is not opening correctly. Okay, so I've got some green chilies here. Gonna put, I don't know, a healthy spoonful, and some garlic powder and salt. and some olives. And what I do with my olives is I just break them up in my hands, just like so. Squeeze out the juice. And then my beaters are dirty for my cheese dip, so I'm just gonna use those because that would taste good with this. All right, let's see what this tastes like. Actually pretty good. Could use a titch more salt. And you know what, while I'm mixing the salt in, let's just add a few more green chilies. Oh wow, that is delicious. I am making a 7-layer dip. Now this one's for New Year's, but you know, this can be for any time you need a good appetizer or just easy snack food. Okay, let's see. So I've got my cream cheese. Now, this calls for refried beans, but my son does not like refried beans. So I am leaving those out. So I've got my cream cheese and my sour cream. And I'm gonna see, maybe I can just mix this with a spoon, is it? Maybe it is, okay. Might be soft enough, okay. And then I've got my taco seasoning. My homemade taco seasoning. Dining on a Dime Volume 1. It's also on my website, livingonadime.com. I'll put the link in the description below. I have a whole entire chapter that has, well, not the entire chapter, but I mean a good portion of my miscellaneous chapter in my Dining on a Dime cookbook has seasoning mixes, ranch and all those. Okay, that's not mixing very smooth, so here we go. This recipe is in my Dining on a Dime cookbook volume 2 on page, oh, doesn't that carrot cake look good? 235. All right, so for the first layer, what you're going to do is you're going to put it on your tray. And then normally you would put in that, the next layer would be refried beans. But like I said, my son does not like refried beans. This is a celebration dip for him today. We had something really good happen that we are celebrating with him, even though it's New Year's also, but yeah. Okay. So got that on. So next, I am going to put the olives on. So my grandma used to make this a lot after she discovered it. All right, then I've got salsa. I'm going to spread some salsa on here. Now, I'm gonna let this sit, and then right before serving, I'm gonna cut up the lettuce and the guacamole and put that on here also. For this year, I've only got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 layers. So this year it's a 5-layer dip because I didn't have any onions either. Well, my mom's coming and she doesn't like onions, so I'm leaving those off in case she wants to eat that. Yum. I got my taco, my 7-layer taco dip here. So I'm gonna put on my guac, a mole. Yes, I use store-bought. Why? Because my avocados didn't get ripe enough. So we will just have to lower our quality at this time of celebration, bringing in 2026. Okay, so we're gonna get this all layered on, just like so. And then we're going to put our lettuce, just like so. And then our cheese, just like so. Oh my goodness, that looks so delicious. All right, now we've got our 7-layer dip minus 2 layers, all ready to go. Now this next dip, you're gonna think I've plumb lost my mind, but it's 2 ingredients also, but it is so good. All right, here's what you need. Sour cream and barbecue sauce. Now, my grandma taught me this one. It is so good. You just take sour cream and barbecue sauce. I do about half and half. And then you just mix it together. Just like so. Have you ever had this, Jack?
I have never.
Okay, Jack has not had this. So we're gonna let Jack taste test and see what he thinks.
I wonder if it'll work with sweet and spicy or...
Okay, let's grab a chip here. Okay, Jack.
Oh, wow.
What do you think?
That was really good.
Is it good?
Yeah. That's very good.
Oh, another one. That's a great testimonial. Seriously, guys, that's it for the dip. It is so easy. And if you're dairy-free, you can just use dairy-free sour cream. This was light sour cream, but you can use full fat, any type you want, okay? In the description below, you can find our cookbooks for 25% off and also the links for the recipes. All of this is in the description below. It's in the description below. Yes, you can get them right there. Everybody keeps saying, where's the recipe? It's in the description below. All right, I am making little sausages. Now I lined my crock pot this time because I just thought it might be easier. This is actually a turkey. This is actually a turkey roaster, but I figure, hey, if it'll work in the oven, it'll work on the crock pot. I got it at a garage sale for free, I think. So I was like, why not? Okay, so I've got a package of sausages and my second package of sausages. Oh, yum. Okay, now I got my grape jelly right there. So this is a double recipe. Ooh, man, I hope I picked a big enough crock pot. I think I did. Okay, so now we're just gonna put this on low and let it start cooking. Okay, here are the sausages all ready, looking yummy in their own sauce. Oh, yum. All right, guys, hummus, Dining on a Dime Cookbook, Volume 2, 25% off right now in the description below. Page 189. This is one of over 800 recipes and tips. It's homemade hummus. Okay, now, I make mine a little bit different. What I do is I save the juice. Wow, there's a lot of juice in there,
Yeah.
Oh my. Put in the chickpeas. Then I add my lemon packets. These are in the description below. I love these. Then my garlic powder. Mike likes extra garlic. Now you can use regular garlic cloves. I don't have any. Or you could use roasted garlic. Seasoned salt. I add my cumin. And then a little bit of the juice and put it all together. Now you can put tahini, I don't know how you say that, but I don't like the taste of it, so I leave it out. By the way, guys, I love this immersion blender. It is in the description below. Okay, now we want it pretty smooth and creamy, so we're gonna add a little bit more. Okay, then if you want, I forgot, you can add a little bit of olive oil. I bet bacon grease would be really good in here too. Let's taste and see what it tastes like. That's going to need more salt. Okay, for all those people that are going to freak out because I used a spoon for us to eat out of.
Ooh.
Pretty tasty, huh?
Yum. Better not keep that around. I might eat too much of it.
You might eat too much of it. Now, you can make this with anything you want. You can do taco seasoning. You can do red peppers, roasted red peppers. You can sprinkle paprika on top. But this is the basic recipe, and then you can just add to it as you want. But you can freeze this in little containers, just like the other bean dips, and have it on hand to just pull out of the freezer when you need a little dish of hummus.